You said
just let me have a drink and have a think about this. I'm not even married.
Blake, ready for another Would I Lie to You episode?
I've been waiting for it all week, man. Cannot wait.
So what's cool about this particular clip is we did the David Mitchell changes his bookmarks for his wife Victoria clip last week. Remember that one?
I do. That was great, that one.
So as we did that, they said, oh, you're missing the greater context. There's more to that episode. And this is called Lee Mack versus the Mitchells. So it's a continuation, and that was a very funny episode, a good dynamic. So I'm curious to see exactly what that is.
Yeah, he's going to double down on it for sure.
Before we get started, just one other thing. There's something I've been doing to all of our videos for probably about the last 15 or so videos. I'm just hinting at it now. I'm going to go into it a little bit more at the end of this episode, and we'll just talk about it more then, okay? But definitely stick around to the end of the episode to see what am I talking about.
Yeah, I was going to say, is it just making them? But sure, let's go. We'll find out.
All right, first off, let's just enjoy this video.
11 years ago, I did a very bad thing in the kitchen. The time has finally come to confess all to my wife.
David Stephen, what did you do?
I broke a cooking pot that you bake chickens in. You roast chickens in. Chicken pot.
What was so special about the chicken pot?
Good question, Greg.
Thank you.
Any ideas?
Was it a wedding present?
It wasn't a wedding present, no. It was terracotta, and it's got a lid on it.
Heavy.
Yeah, it's pretty deep, man. Yeah. No, it genuinely is. It's about that deep, isn't it?
She didn't get that.
And you put the lid on, and the thing about these terracotta pots is you're not supposed to wash them. The pot absorbs the flavour over the years. I had about an hour before she was coming home, and I knew she would not be happy about this, so I raced to the local kitchen shop and fortunately got the exact same pot.
How many years?
I had about half an hour to age it.
How many years had the previous one been aging?
Oh, 7 years.
So you had to do 7 years worth of casseroling?
Yeah.
In
half an hour.
In half an hour.
No.
I guess you enjoy a little bit of cooking from time to time. Ever heard of this, like, letting the pot add flavour over the years? Or are you like a normal person and you just wash it all the time and you use clean stuff?
Yeah, so no, I do that. I think I know what they mean by a terracotta pot, because my parents, specifically Mum, used to have those kind of older type cooking pots, like that were quite heavy, clunky, and like we always used to clean it. Like, I've never heard of this where you just don't clean it.
So that was a big red flag for me about like the savouring the flavour, but it doesn't seem like a big deal to anyone else, so maybe it's more commonplace than we thought.
It must be, yeah.
I had to make it look like it was weathered.
How did you do that?
First of all, I put a bit of soil on it, then I put Marmite on, and then baked it very quickly on a high heat.
Amazing.
And then scraped the Marmite off. Then I got sandpaper, a bit of sandpaper on it.
All this in the half an hour?
Unbelievable speed.
Before she got home.
When she arrived home, did she suspect anything?
Well, I was with another woman in bed, but apart from that...
How did you break it?
Well, I was fixing something with a screwdriver, and I got in a bad mood and I threw the screwdriver down.
You threw a screwdriver so hard that it shattered an ancient cooking pot.
Didn't shatter it. Cracked. And it's not ancient, but the word pot was correct in that
Did
sense.
you say...
I threw it down, it bounced, and it just chipped it a bit, but it was enough to make my wife... She would have noticed that chip.
So, you said...
Just let me have a drink and have a think about this. I'm not even married.
Go back. I missed it.
You missed that last bit? I've got to go back.
This is the best Lee Mack clip I've ever seen.
You said...
Just let me have a drink and have a think about this.
Wait for this line.
I'm not even married.
Oh, God, Lee.
This is a very good story.
This is a great story.
Why did you feel that a 7-year-old cooking pot had so much sentimental value for your wife that it was worth all this trouble?
Oh, did I not mention her grandmother's ashes inside? Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, no, that's quite relevant. Sorry, I forgot that.
That's where the flavour comes from, I bet.
Did you also burn another old lady?
All right, it's time to decide.
How are we only less than halfway through this and they're already deciding? There might be a back-to-back story here.
Mother, is there any point in doing this? Do we know what we're going to say?
Like, definitely not true.
It's definitely not true.
One, all the just spitfire jokes, I think was a lot of distractions in this clip. And also just the fact it was half an hour. Like, you couldn't do any and all of that in half an hour. I think that included going to the store, coming back, cooking dirt.
Yeah.
And it's just not worth it. Like, and like, I don't understand a situation where your partner's going to get home and be like, where is the pot? Like, I come home and I look at the pot every night and it's not there. Like, you could probably get away with like, I've got to replace this by the next time we use it, unless it's like out on display somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't know. But no, this screams not true.
Yeah, like, if it was true, he would have said to his wife, the pot stopped working, I took it back on warranty. Or something like that. Like, how does a pot stop working? But, you know, like, that's what he would have said.
Yeah, I can't imagine this, as Victoria said, I can't imagine the sentimental value in the pot where you have to even go through all of this lie. Just go replace it. Or, like, even if you just went and upgraded to a new one, maybe it's because of this flavor savoring situation where like that's an important part of it and the older the better, but you would think if you just went and bought a new one and said I upgraded, that's fine.
Well, it'd be the same. Like, so you're going to notice it because it doesn't have that flavor.
It's going to taste like cooked dirt.
Yeah, but like flavor disappears too. Like, that's the other hole in his story. But I think we've got it either way. We don't think it's true.
Victoria?
I have met Lee's wife. She's an extremely sophisticated and nuanced woman with many interests. I don't think she'll be so...
Whoa. What do you mean, many interests? What do you know that I don't?
I can't believe that a 7-year-old pot would loom so large that you would feel unable to tell her.
That's because when you come round to my house and you're with my wife and we're having dinner, she's pleasant and she's nice. She's lovely, she's calm. And the second we wave you off, bye, see, this has been lovely, close that door. She goes, you embarrass me again! With your TV friends! That posh one with the beard kept staring at me! I didn't like her husband neither.
OK, I've got a couple of extra questions.
Oh, Lord.
You say it wasn't cracked, it was just chipped.
It was...
Was it usable?
Yes, it was definitely usable.
You would have been able to say, I'm really sorry I've chipped it, but the thing that you so love about it, all this accumulated flavour, is still there. It's not affected by a tiny chip.
There's a tiny bit missing. And actually, apparently, all the flavour comes from the sweet spot. And that's what had gone.
Where was
I remember as it chipped off, I went, smelt the pot, nothing. I took this little piece of...
Even though the functionality of the pot is unaffected, you thought she'd be so furious at superficial damage to it...
Not superficial.
It is superficial.
No, it isn't superficial. I haven't told you the size of the chip, have I?
No.
Okay. You just simulated it.
Yes.
Like that.
Yeah, but you don't know how I'm holding it. I'm holding it at the edge of... the edge of it. It goes round here.
You just won't let it go.
David, it's time to get a grip and make a decision.
Sorry, so the flight of the screwdriver...
Can I just the pot was ruined, David. That's all you need to know.
Well, yeah, but when you said...
There you go, David. Yeah. Do you know what? I wish I'd have taken my chances with my wife at the time. This is unbearable.
Right. It is time to decide.
Second question. What did you do with the damaged pot?
I hid it to begin with, and then over the next couple of days, when she wasn't looking, I slowly
Moved it towards the door.
I moved it very slowly.
Because she only notices things when they move. She's Tyrannosaurus Rex.
She would be sat there with a glass of water watching the television. I would come down with a step and she'd see the water shimmer like that. What are you doing? Nothing going on.
So, David.
All right, we got a little bit more information there. Is your opinion changing at all?
Absolutely not.
Nah.
Absolutely.
Let's keep
not.
going with two lies.
It's time to decide.
Yeah.
Was Lee telling the truth?
Well,
What do you think?
I think it's a lie.
What do you think?
It can't be true.
I think it might be true, but I'm not going to overrule my team. We'll go lie.
Lee, were you telling the truth or were you telling the lie?
I'm sorry, my dear. It's true.
How is that true?
Wait for it.
What? Oh, I want more
What? There is
context.
no wait for it.
How is that true?
All I can say is just whoosh. If that's true.
I've just bet she's like the sweetest lady, which makes it
absolutely.
even funnier
Yeah.
that she's like such like an ogre character. What are you doing?
I'd love to see if she's in an episode of this show, guys. Do you know? Like, that'd be fantastic. Do we see Lee Mack's wife? And is she funny? Or
That
a
would be
ogre?
interesting. I don't know. I don't think she's a performer. Just from like, I figured she would have popped up. Like I knew that Victoria was a presenter, and I knew she was married to David. Just from like the limited stuff that we have seen. I have never really like seen anything with Lee, and they've like he's spoken about her a few times. So you think they would like maybe mention that,
Yeah.
but maybe not.
Oh, well, we'd love to see it. If she's watching this one at home, jump on the show so we can watch you.
I'm so glad people said do this follow-up one because that was a great story. And it's funny actually because as we were listening to it, this one's known as Lee Mack and the Mitchells, and people have been saying you got to check that one out.
Yeah.
But other people have said you need to check out the Lee Mack pot story.
Oh, okay.
And I just always thought like, oh, they're two different things.
Yeah.
But as soon as we started playing this one, I'm like, oh, this is the pot
is the
story.
pot
So
story.
this is even more popular than I had originally thought it was, and I already thought it was a popular choice.
Thank you so much to whoever recommended that video. That was easily one of the best Lee Mack videos I have ever seen. 180 has happened here today, and I will not talk crap about Lee Mack as much in the future. Can't promise not altogether.
We all remember how much you did not like or you did not care for him.
No.
And as I said, and as many people in the comments have said, you just haven't seen enough of him yet.
Absolutely. Well, I'm definitely seeing a little bit more of him now. But I mean, obviously also with that, I mean, it's not like you don't like someone. It's that you've got these awesome, funny, charismatic people, and then you've just got somebody who's just like shitting on their ideas.
Yeah,
So
we are
that's where it came from.
exactly. Yeah, and we are seeing just a list of like the best of the best that's out there. Anyway, I want to quickly touch on the
Yes.
thing I was alluding to earlier on. So guys,
Yay.
in the edits for probably the last 15 or so videos, it was from the James Acaster, Richard Ayoade Awkward Off. I've been adding a little hidden something in every single video. It's the same thing in every video, but it just kind of it pops up from time to time and disappears. No one said anything about it. And in tomorrow's episode, I'll reveal what it is, but I'm curious just if you've seen it, can you put in the comment section below what it is? And I will go into more details about it tomorrow, but I'm just curious if anyone has even seen something out of the ordinary pop up. The same thing in different places of every video since that Awkward Off.
What could it be?
What could it be? Guys, thank you so much for watching this one. Really appreciate it. If you want to see more Would I Lie to You reactions, hit on that playlist just up there. And we'll see you guys tomorrow for the next one.
See you guys.